Greetings everybody. This week we're going to be working on my 1975 Honda Trail 90. Thing is in pretty darn good shape, especially for being all original, but our last trip to Sturgis I beat the heck out of it on a trail that I don't think Honda had in mind when they were calling this thing the Trail 90. I got a couple broken spokes, I blew my fork seals out, and one thing I found on this guy is not quite geared as low as I would like for the type of trails that we were riding. So, ordered a new 51 tooth sprocket. I decided to pick up a 13 tooth engine sprocket. I'm not sure if I want to use this for or not, because I think that might be a little bit too low gear. I still want to be able to do, at least 25, 30 mile an hour without redlining this 50-year-old beast. Let's see what I got for this project. Sprocket, maybe that guy. Got a new chain. I've got a bunch of new spokes and nipples to replace the spokes that I broke last year. Got new fork seals, fork boots, springs. So I think we're gonna do a fork rebuild and a regearing in this video. So which one do we want to start with first? I think we'll re-gear it. So the first thing I want to do is I'll get the chain off, loosen up these chain tugs on both sides, and then we'll move over to the other side, pull the brake linkage stuff off. At that point, we should be able to remove the castle nut, pull the axle out, and this guy should drop right down. You can kind of see all my masking tape on all my spokes that I broke last year. Yeah, when I got back to the trail and looked at the state of this wheel, a little bit worried. Perfect. Alrighty, let's move over to the other side. Okay, so over here, let's loosen up the chain tensioner. Ooh, these things have seen better days. Oh no. Kind of looking at my dad's Trail 90 that I just recently restored and how pristine and museum quality that thing is. You know, I'm a little bit jelly. What do you think? Should I take this whole thing apart and restore it in the condition that it's in right now? Or do I leave it original? Leave me a comment. I don't know, I think I might leave this one original since it's in pretty darn good shape and it's mechanically pretty darn sound, with the exception of those front fork seals. Well, let's see here. So, I think I need a 14 back here. We'll need to loosen this nut that's on the brake lever actuator. Take that out. Camera's in the way, I can't quite get my arm to where I want it. We'll get through it. Okay. That's out, so now there should be a lever here that ties the drum brake to the swing arm itself. Should be able to just pop one 12 millimeter nut out of here, or 12 millimeter wrench to get this out of here, and that should drop down. And at that point, we should be able to pull the axle out, get the wheel out of there. Get the cotter pin out of there. I don't think I need to salvage this. I've got some other ones elsewhere. Where's the other side bent? Of course, it's directly down below where I can't see it. Oh, you dirty dog. Okie dokie. That will be replaced later. Should be a 17 millimeter here. Should have grabbed a ratchet. Oh yeah, I forgot on these Trail 90s. I think there's a 19mm jam nut, or 21. I need to pop this guy off too before I can pull this out. That should do. Unless I'm forgetting something else here. Nope, she is oot. Cool. Should be able to just pop these little tabs, flatten them out, pull these 4 bolts out, throw the new sprocket on, and that should be all that takes. Seals and bearings feel pretty darn good on this thing. Well, nice. That won't need attention at all. Well, holy cow, brakes are in decent shape. That bearing feels good. Cool. Let's see what... Cam timing chain. All right, let's see what we're looking at here. Yeah, I think the first thing I'll do is I'll pop that sprocket off of there. Take care of these broken spokes. Oh, that one's completely gone. Let's hammer down these little lock tabs and get these guys off here. What flipping size is that? Grabbed a 13, not a 14. That's no good. Cool. Now there should be 4 nuts laying down below here. 2 are stuck inside, full of grease. Good enough. Yep, 51 tooth I think this is. This is going to be lovely on the trails, I do believe. Not quite a year since she went away. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-bow. Should be good. Maybe I'll give it a little crack with a wrench just to be safe. All right, smash our little lock tabs back up. This part will be donezo. Let's move on to the spokes. So I think I should be able to just air the tire down, maybe break the bead on the outside of the hoop and snake the nipple in so I don't have to take the whole tire off. I guess we'll see when we get to that point. Yeah, probably a good thing I got new nipples. Yeah. Actually, being YouTube, can you say nipple? You know? Let's test that theory. Nipple, 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 nipple. Okay, let's see if I can push this down. Peel the tube liner back. See if I can get that nipple out of there. One done. So on these Trail 90s, there are 2 different spokes, left and right side. There's the part number for the sprocket side. There's for the brake side. Measured them out. They look to be only about a 0.5 millimeter difference, but the angle up here is a little bit different on from side to side. So make sure you get the right one for the right job. I think I'll see if I can get this popped back in through here. Actually, let's see if I can route this through here first. So it looks like he wants to go over the top. Yep, that looks to be the one. Cool. Let's see if we can squeak the new nipple from behind into here. Actually, before I do this, I'm gonna put a little bit of, just a little dab of grease in there. Keep that guy from seizing up and help me torque it down properly. Okay, let's see if we can pop the spoke up through the back. Get it fed through this hole. Maybe. You know, I don't know if this is the right one. I might have given you wrong information. See that? I think this part number might go on the sprocket side because this is an awfully weird angle. Let's pull this guy out and see what's up. Yeah, much better. So that part number is the sprocket side. Fantastic. Yep, now I should be able to pull the tire back out, peel back the rim liner a little bit, get that new nipple on there. It's gonna fall off. Let's put a little temporary glue on it. Perfect. Now let's try this. You know, I thought this was going to be a quick, easy job. It's kind of turning out to be a little bit of a bugger. There we go. And might as well check to see if there's any air bubbles and leakage. All right, I think we're leak free. Okay, so now that we got all the fixie done, should be able to pop this wheel back up in here. We should be up and running soon. So I think the easiest way of doing this is probably slide this little intermediate axle thingy up in here first. Now, where's that little spacer I dropped earlier? This guy on the opposite side that you can't see on the camera. I'm not turning the camera off and moving it because I'm not that good of a YouTuber. All right, a little chain tug on this side. Should be able to pop our axle through. Oh, come on. Look at that. It's almost like I know what I'm doing. Now, does the chain tug go on first and then this lock nut, or vice versa? I can't remember. I think we're like this. Cool. Whoops, I lost my little barrel that goes in here from a brake arm. Yeah, I thought I heard something fall when I was taking this apart. Now I know what I lost. Well, I'm going to have to find that or dig around the parts pile and find one, or I'm not going to have rear brakes. So the little brake lever barrel I dropped is gone. I'm about ready to rage quit for the day. So we're gonna go scrounge for some parts here. This looks spot on, I bet. We can find some, oh, here we go. Oh, before I just rage quit for the day, let's, found one in the parts pile. No idea where the other one went. And we can adjust those after I go for a little bit of a spin, but I think we're good to go. The chain is a little tighter than I'd like, but I think after I climb up and down a couple ditches, everything should be a-okay. Okay, now that we got the back end taken care of, now it's time to address what we got going on up here. I'm wondering, I know these lower fork tubes are just held on with a C-clip over the seal, so I'm wondering if I could pop the axle back just a little bit into the hub here, take the C-clip out, and pop this out without having to drop the entire tube out. Let me think this through. What the heck, let's give it a try. Actually, the more I think about this, I am going to have to drop the whole thing out. Unless I had some kind of little spring compressor, there's no way I could get in there to get that C-clip out. Ah well, shouldn't be the end of the world unless it's totally rusted in there. Oh, before I get too far, I better take the fender off. Gotta be a better way to do this. I wonder if I can get in there with a wobble socket adapter and extension. I think something like this might work out. Let's see. Jeepers. I'm gonna have to bust them loose with a socket and then go in there with an impact to get them all the way out. Well, we got one fork tube out, and I'm not going to go into super detail on how to rebuild these on this video because I already made a video on my channel on how to rebuild these Trail 90 forks. It's this video. I'll leave a link to that in the comments below and in the description if you want to check that out. But yeah, this is just beautiful. Look at how gorgeous that is. Not even leaking a little bit. Let's see if I can even see the C-clip through all of the junk here. That's a lot of crud. Oh, I think I might have found it. Should be able to squeeze on this guy and get this sucker out of here. Oh man, alive, this is just too many years of gunk in there. Ah, what a show. Got the backside popped up. Bugger. All right, 9 times the charm. Oh, well, I officially popped it back in. All right, this time for reals. It's not gonna happen. Gosh, dang it. So everything's all cleaned up really nice. Let's pop these bad seals off here. Inspect the fork tubes. They look really nice. Yep, that is shot. So hopefully the kit came with the right seal. And hopefully I can get the bag open with my greasy hands. There we go. Thinking of a way to dry this new seal in here. Get the camera up. It'd be nice to have like a piece of PVC tube that would fit over there, but I think should be able to take the old junk seal, slide that over there, just slowly tap as I'm going around, and that should drive the new one in. If the opening doesn't get seized in there as well. Oh yeah, piece of cake, that worked like a champ. Piece of cake. Got a little bit of never seize on the tube here. Let's pop this trim piece on like this. And we should be able to slide this guy back up in here. Hopefully that's far enough and I can get this bolt on from the top. Not even close. Now, how am I gonna do that? How am I gonna get that tube up there without taking this off? I'm having a heck of a time getting this pushed up through here, so I'm going to grab a longer bolt. I'm gonna pull it up. I'd be able to get it through there now. Now if I were to put this back in here, this should thread right on. And yes, indeed it does. One down, one to go. That thing's really dirty. Yeah, not the prettiest, a little bit of patina here and there, but at least it'll hold oil. Yeah, I think I'll get this one done. Throw some oil down the fill holes, see how she rides. Well, all right, that was a pretty productive afternoon. Forks are rebuilt, looking fantastic. The new climbing sprocket on there. Yeah, I think I'll get a little bit of fluid in the shocks, get the chain lubed up, take it for a little spin, and if everything works right, maybe pressure wash the whole thing off, scrub it down really nice, get it nice and clean, and it should be ready for our trip. These guys call for, I think it says about, around 4 ounces. If you're just refilling, a little over 4.5. If they're dry, and these were rebuilt so they're dry, so that is precisely 4.7 ounces right there. Dang it, I should have brought a rag over with me so I don't drip when I pull this funnel out. Oh well. Well, let's get it off the center stand and see how she feels. Pretty darn good. Now we just have an oil change. Whoop. Now we just have an oil change, new battery, and this guy should be good to go. One last thing I want to take care of before we head to Sturgis is I've got a leaky gas cap seal. Yeah, we should probably fix this sooner than later. I don't have time to order a new seal for it or a new cap, so I think I'm going to head into the auto parts store and get some thick gasket material and make my own. Yeah, that should work. And you know, if a feller's not going to O'Reilly for his auto parts, you're really missing out. Okay, so I picked up some of this thicker gasket material. Just cut that around there, and that should keep things sealed up good enough for this trip. Get over there. Stretch this a little bit. That should do. Now, if that's not too thick, it should screw back on. Ooh, that's tight. Oh yeah, that's gonna seal. Okay, I got a little bit of lube on the chain. Fluid's all changed. I think we're ready to take this guy for a test drive. Okay, there we go. Okay, before, in high range first gear, this thing could not pull itself up even the slightest bit of incline. Let's see how it feels now. Oh, it's definitely lower. Well, that is pretty nice. Let's check out the hill climbing performance. All right, now we're in low range, and my goal here is I want to be able to walk it up rocky trails if needs be. So let's just try this ditch as a little bit of a test. Okay, right here, I want to be able to walk it up the hill without melting the clutch. Oh, look at that. This is going to be gorgeous. I think we got a winner. gets up and goes and low. Gosh, I might have been able to put that 13-tooth sprocket on the engine. Oh! Dang it! I lost my shoe. Good thing I've got my. Oh, there it is. Well, okay. Let's see how it does on the highway. Good. With the stock gearing on this thing, it could barely pull itself in fourth gear. Well, folks, I think we've got a winner. This thing's got a ton more climbing power than it had before. I think we are ready to take this thing to Sturgis. I'm gonna let this cool down, degrease it, pressure wash it. This will be ready to go in the trailer. Well, I must say that was a successful morning. Got a lot of work done. This guy is trail ready. And now, how about a little bonus content? This is my 1974 XL100 that I chopped the frame out of, and I put an engine out of a 1986 or 1987 ATC 125M three-wheeler. So this guy has 5-speed with a granny first gear, automatic clutch, electric start, it's got reverse, and a pull start. Perfect for the guy with a artificial hip, so I don't have to kickstart this thing. People say that the Trail 90 is the ultimate trail bike. No. This right here beats the Trail 90 in every way possible. I mean, rides nicer, tons more power, but it still has that low seat height. It is light as a feather like the Trail 90. This is by far my favorite trail bike. But the problem I have with this guy is I rushed to put this thing together last year, and I've got a big old massive run in the paint right here. So I'm gonna pop this tank off this afternoon, sand it down, repaint it, make some new stripes, and make this thing ready to go as well. This is going to be a good pair of bikes to bring out to Sturgis. We got the primary and the backup. Or do we have the primary and the backup? Let me know in the comments, which one would you rather ride? This guy or this guy? You little bugs. All right, we'll see how this 51 tooth sprocket I put on this guy a couple weeks ago works out in the trails. Last year we took this up to Sturgis. This thing was a nightmare with that tall gearing. I was basically just carrying the bike around even in low range. Taking the XL. Come on, baby, you got it. You got it. You got it. Good girl. Good girl. Well, we wanted to test the machines out to make sure they'd make it. This might be the hardest trail out in the hills. Oh, that rock's a little deep. Oh. Okay, last one. Oh. Hey, there's a Trail 90 for sale on Craigslist. You know, low mileage, garage always, never ridden hard. All right, I hope you liked this episode of Bigfoot Bikes and Brews. Click on one of the videos here if you want to see some more, and please click on the Bigfoot button to subscribe to the channel and join in on the fun. See you next week.